Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, so as you've heard, I actually studied the BSc Mining Engineering degree. I did this at Wits. But before then, to be a child psychologist, because I always knew that I wanted to develop young people. I just always had a knack for listening, to understand, and then understanding to help. So that was me, child psychology. So I tell my brother, hey, this is what I want to do. And he says, psychology? You? You sure you want to waste your brains on psychology? Okay, I don't want to waste my brains. And he told me, you're good at maths, you're good at science. Engineering is what you need to do. Now, I had never, ever in my life thought that I would study an engineering degree, to the point where I actually took a Wits prospectus and was like, okay, these are all my options, which one will be easiest for me? Aeronautical engineering. No, I don't want to fly planes. I don't even want to build them. Scratch. Mechanical engineering. Mechanic. Okay. And then chemical engineering. I don't really like chemistry. Sure, physics is art. Chemistry, not so much. And I just did trial and error like that. And I'm glad it was trial and error on the prospectus as opposed to going to university and failing the whole time. Then I landed at mining engineering. I thought, this looks easy. You just break rock, you get a diamond. I'm here for that. And I took mining engineering as a degree of choice. I get in. First year, I feel like, oh my goodness, where am I? What am I doing? Who am I? I called my sister and said to her, you're taking me out. Take me out to McDonald's, I need to tell you something. She takes me out and I say to her, I can't. This is not me. The mechanics, the physics, the maths, I can't. This is not me. So my sister says, what do you want to do instead? I say to her, law? I guess the psychology isn't the way to help. Law is the next best thing, right? Wrong, according to my sister. She said, you will stick it out and do it. Because if you study law, you're not going to get a job. Can I tell you a funny story? She's currently studying law. Anyway, not my business. So I stick it out, I continue studying. Second year gets better. Third year, even better. Final year, I do really, really well. Now here's the problem. Final year comes to an end, I don't have a job. I don't have a job and I'm not going to graduate in December because I don't have enough credits. What did I need to complete my credits? I needed to do vacation work. So I had told myself in this time, look, mining was never the plan, and I don't see myself going underground in gumboots and all that PPE. I mean, look at me. Do I look like a miner? So I thought, going underground is not going to work. What's going to work, though, is consulting. I'm going to be helping people. Where were the jobs? We regret to inform you. Let me not continue. You all know that story. So, final year comes. I don't have a job. I'm not graduating. I still need credits. So I go and do my vacation work at a gold mine. It was a gold mine then. They've since diversified. There's Sabanye. I go there and I do my vacation work. So they give us a project, and in the project we're supposed to do some studies underground to later do a presentation. So we all get given these tasks, and then on the day of the presentation, I wow the management team, and they say, hey, I'd like to give you a job. And I said, oh, what? A job? And I looked at the contract, and I thought, okay, this is not going to work. I don't know if it's fair to go into detail as to why I thought it wasn't going to work, but the main thing was I was going to have to go underground. That was not the plan, remember? But there were deeper issues. So I sat outside on a concrete bench and I said to God, I can't do this. And he said, if you can't do it, let it go. Let it go. I don't have a job. He said, let it go. I went back home, I sent them an email and I said, I'm not going to take the job. Thank you very much. They removed me from their database and I went to bed. I said, I don't have a job. You take care of me. Went to bed. I kid you not, the next day I got a call. Hey, is this Nopumela Lubonani? I said, yes. remember you applied for a consulting job? I'm like, yes, keep talking. And me, well, we like your CV, come for an interview. So I go for an interview, and when I get there, it's all cool. They ask me things, and I'm alright with that. And eventually I get the job. Get the job in 2017, and I have to tell you, that was the most emptiest year of my life. I woke up every day feeling, what am I doing? Whose life am I living? Because this is clearly not what I had planned for me. I really went to bed thinking I changed no one's life. In fact, my life is changing, and it's changing into something I really, really hate. So I went on a search to find my purpose. I asked, what is it that I'm supposed to do, because I feel empty. I'm nowhere to go. I feel lost. I'm confused. And a revelation came to me. And in the revelation, I was like, all I asked for was my purpose. Why am I getting to understand how people can find their purpose, align it to the work they do, and thrive in it? And that was the point. My purpose was not to just be happy for me, but to be impactful. And how I'm creating that impact now is in helping young professionals who feel lost, stuck, confused, which are things I've heard from young professionals, and they resonated so much with me because I was that person not so long ago. To design and redefine their careers so that it aligns to their life's purpose. And so this is where we find ourselves, me having to give this speech on how to align your job to your purpose. So we can all agree that it would be a complete waste of our time and our energy to teach a fish how to climb a tree, right? But why is it that we're okay to be the fish trying to climb a tree with our own lives? We do it so much. And if at times we're like, okay, no, I am a fish, I am in water, but we do something very, very bad to ourselves. We swim upstream. We keep doing things that don't align to who we really are. And so with this analogy of a fish trying to climb a tree, I want us to really talk about three things. First being design, second being requirements, and the last thing being environment. Now when I say design, I was actually driving and saying, hey Google, what's the definition of design? Sorry, I can't help you with that. So I'm like, okay, cool. You're not designed to help me right now, but I can imagine that design is basically features that are put into a system in order for it to work. You create something with the intention of it fulfilling a certain task. And so we, as people, are actually designed to fulfill a certain task. Now there are a lot of things that make up what I would like to call a design, and mainly that is our mental capability, our emotional power, our physical abilities, and also just our connectedness to God, our spiritual life. And so I don't want to get into all these details, but I do want to speak on one very important factor, and that is our talent-based strengths. Now I'll share a bit of mine just so you understand what I'm talking about. One of my strengths is that I am an achiever. I believe that things have got to be done. They've got to be done well. And because I understand what my strength is, I understand then what it is that I need in order for me to thrive within that strength. And what I need as somebody who's an achiever is a vision. If I don't see the vision, I'm coming. I need a set of clear goals. If there aren't goals for me, I don't know what we're expected to do. But also, I need deadlines. We've got to have a goal, and we need to know when the goal is required. But most importantly, I need structure. Without structure, I fail. Structure to the point of if I don't plan my day out, detail hour for hour, it goes to waste. That's just the type of person that I am. My second strength is that I'm a developer. And as a developer, I need to find myself in a space where I'm able to develop and be developed. Another one that I'd like to share with you is that I'm an activator. I am not at all satisfied with an idea. I say, okay, thank you for the idea. How do we make it work? I'm just that person. And so the reason I'm a purpose alignment strategist is because I'm not happy with just saying, hey, this is who you are, good luck. I say, oh, that's who you are. Now let's put it to work. That's just what I do. And so with knowing your design, you know exactly what it is that you can and cannot do. Which leads me to my next point, requirements. And under requirements is just the issue of purpose, because purpose is the reason for which something exists or for which something was created. That is purpose. Now we know that if there's a purpose to something, if we're trying to accomplish a certain purpose, we need to have means to accomplish that purpose. And in our case, we are the means designed the way we're designed. And so when we come to then our work and what it is required to do on a day-to-day, I want us to be really, 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 really honest with ourselves. And the first question, well, it's one question that can go either of two ways. The question I'm going to ask is, are you really doing? Are you really required to do what you are designed to do? In your day-to-day, as you do your job, do you seriously sit down and say, actually, I'm designed for this. This is what I'm made for. This is what I've been put on this earth to do. A lot of us can say no. Okay, so if your answer is yes, let's just say someone in this room is saying, of course, I'm meant to be an Absa, doing what I'm doing. If that's you, you will then need to say, okay, this is my design. And based on my design, this is how I can capitalize in this role. I don't believe that I'm meant to be an Absa eventually. This is part of my journey, but I'm not going to end here. So what I did when I got into the role and we got a new head is I sat her down. I actually did a presentation for her and I said, okay, I am a developer. And being a developer means I'm able to do this, that, and the other. So if yes, you're meant to be in this place, you then say, what are the needs? What are the requirements, and based on my design, how can I best fulfill this need? And if your answer is no, I've got one thing for you. Find what it is you're meant to do and do it. That's it. The last thing I want us to talk about is environment. We know that a fish has got fins and scales, it's slimy, its best environment is in the water because fish are meant to swim, not climbing trees, not on land. And so I want to urge you, I really want to encourage you, if this is not the environment you're supposed to be fulfilling your life in and exercising your design in, find that environment, because outside of that, you're never going to thrive. And that's why excellence cannot be measured against what somebody else is doing. Excellence can only be measured by how best you did what you knew to do best. I was speaking to a fellow chorister, because I'm in a choir. I was speaking to a fellow chorister who was speaking to the conductor, and the conductor says, no, I believe we've done everything we can to promote this concert. And I said to him, have you done everything you can on your end to promote the concert? Because we can't be happy with having met the status quo when we know for sure that we haven't done our best. And the only place you can do your best is in an environment that needs the requirements that only your design can fulfill. So in you trying to align your purpose to your work, I would like to say, consider your design. Are the requirements on you going to be suited for your design? And finally, is the environment you expect to fulfill these requirements in suitable for you to thrive? Thank you.